I'm in love with desperate men with desperate hands, walking in second-hand shoes, searching for God and hearing God and hating God. I'm a desperate man buckled with fear. I'm a desperate man who demands to be listened to, who demands to connect. I'm a desperate man who denounces the dullness of money and status. I'm a desperate man who will not bow down to accolade or success. I am a desperate man who loves the simplicity of painting and hates galleries and white walls and the dealers in art, who loves unreasonableness and hot-headedness, who loves contradiction, hates publishing houses, and also I am Vincent van Gogh, Hiroshige, and every living, breathing artist who dares to draw God on this planet.
Billy Childish has released over 100 albums and been in half a dozen bands. His current lineup is the Buff Medways. He's executed over 1,500 paintings and published more than 30 collections of poetry via Hangman Books, his own press. He's turning his autobiographical novel, My Fault, into a screenplay for the celebrated American filmmaker Larry Clark. Billy was born in 1959 in Chatham, Kent, and still lives there, just about making a living. For 25 years he's been going to the same hairdressers, Under the Bogs as it's known locally.
I mean, I paint on Sundays, so it's a good joke, I suppose, especially since it's a true joke. But that's what I do, I paint on Sundays at my mum's in Whitstable. Quick escape. My mum's lived here for about 12 years or so, and we always used to come in when we were kids. I used to paint for 4 or 5 weeks solid every summer, up until my early 20s. And then I had to change that, and I worked out I'd paint every week. And I had to go somewhere to paint, because I've got to go somewhere else. So I come here and paint on 1 day a week. I go to work, if you like. Sometimes I come back and she's cleared all the stuff off and moved everything about, because this is my mum's front room, you know, front bedroom. A lot of my painting is just keeping my hand in, so I never bother waiting for ideas. That would be a waste of time. Ideas aren't anything to do with it. The material's all there, you just got to try and carry on. The idea is painting, not having ideas about painting. I mean, you've got the world that surrounds you. My mum and Juju and Kira and Huddy, and I paint the people and the world around me. In many ways, I sort of like to look on myself as amateur in everything I do. The amateur does things for love and belief, not for the mortgage. I don't do things that I don't want to do.
I like the way the music's developed. It started off as something quite basic, but now it's sort of something like it's still basic, but it's just got sort of, I don't know, it's just got so sort of expert in its basicness.
Most people can't do it when they're 42 because they're trying to do it on drugs or alcohol, or they're trying to do it as a career. I don't do it as a career. I don't do it as drugs and alcohol, and I only play when I want to play. The energy I use is the same as when I used to mime in front of the mirror with my toy Beatles guitar. Aren't you going to give us a hand?
You managed to pull it by yourself?
Doesn't have casters. Tracy Emin, my girlfriend in the 80s, was complaining that my paintings and my writing and my music was stuck, and that I was stuck as an individual. What if I damage your sofa? But the main reason being that I didn't want to go to sort of like contemporary art galleries and watch people take cocaine, really, was the reason I was stuck, because I wouldn't agree with a world view that was cool. And Charles latched onto it as a good title for a group of painters.
Stuckism is an art group that Billy, Childish and myself founded in 1999.
Well, there's a feeling in this world that causes unrest. Your ambition and success is what I detest.
It's to advocate contemporary figurative painting and oppose the dominance of conceptual art. We think the main flaw with conceptual art is it doesn't really have any decent concepts to it at all.
You made me die.
Billy left the Stuckist group last June. I think the final straw came when we all had to walk down the road holding paintings above our head for some press photographer. And that isn't Billy's style. It's not Chatham cool to walk down the road holding a painting above your head.
That's why I'm not in the group. I don't like his style. And I don't like the Stuckists.
So you're not a Stuckist?
No, well, there's nobody in the Stuckists apart from Charles who's in the Stuckists for any other reasons. Then it's easy, because they think someone might sort out an exhibition, so it's not done through belief. If it's not done through belief, I can't be in it.
Oh, you made me die.
There you are. Gangway.
That's a copy of the first album. That's a Pop Rivets in '77. That's our first show. That's Young Me. I learned to play guitar in a punk rock group, playing a Bo Diddley rhythm. You know, and I sort of like taught myself to paint by looking at Van Gogh paintings and Munch paintings. I mean, what's the point of changing? You know, like you just sort of like you move in and out. You know, that's like sometimes I tighten everything up and then I break it down again. You know, you got Van Gogh and people. They don't worry about originality. What they worry about is doing what they do and copying to learn. My local art school wouldn't look at my work even because I'm unqualified. So I ended up only being able to go to the dockyard. And I just did 600 drawings or so, you know, doing sketchbooks of the people I was working with. Everything was based on the dockyard in Chatham, or was. Now it's just based on shopping for cheap rubbish.